What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you tonight with more Danmachi. And tonight we're talking about the latest heroic trial that we got. And this one is actually going to be hilariously easy. I mean hilariously. So, what we're going to do is we're going to jump in here, and we're going to focus mostly on a fire team. Mostly a fire physical, the exception of that being obviously Haruhime. But we're going to be fine. This team is just going to be more than enough to take this out with an absolute quickness. So, let's go ahead and jump in, and I'll explain why I built this team the way I have. And to be honest, we only need 4 units. We don't need to swap in everybody. This team is more than capable of handling this very, very, very simply. So we're going to do skill 1 for everybody right out of the gate. Let's go to our basic buff and debuff stack. And on turn 2, we're going to vary the skills up a little bit, but we're also going to focus on taking out Raul. Now, the reason I'm going to do that is because if we go up here and we look at our resistances, we do have fire down 55%, but physical is down 30%. If we go over to Raul's down 20%, but he's down 65% on fire. In my previous experiences, typically Ryu tends to basically disappear a little bit faster. So I've added the single target Katori to my team, and being a physical fire unit, to try to take out Raul, I keep wanting to call him Finn, Raul a little bit quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and do skill 2 with everyone, with the exception of Katori. Katori is going to do Kamale just to try to get a little bit of early damage out here. Bam. There we go. Alright. Ooh, Ryu hits hard. So we want to make sure that we're not taking too much damage from Ryu, but she's going to drop really quickly. And frankly, I mean, you could focus on her and take her out. She's obviously the biggest threat here. But in my experience, they're going to fall within just a few turns anyway. This is not going to be a very long, drawn-out fight. So we're basically going to move on, do skill 3, Yosuga with Haruhime, and we're going to continue doing skill 2 with everybody else. And Raul is just disappearing. Man, he is gone. You know, I'm going to go ahead and move on and have Katori target Ryu because I feel like she's got to disappear. Now, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do an essay here. Well, strength and magic and fire damage. Let's see. I think that actually is what everybody's got at this point, isn't it? Yeah, strength 60, fire 60, so we don't really need to do that as much. You know what? Why don't we continue doing the AoEs and do single target, focusing on Ryu? I've not tried this, but maybe this will make her disappear a little bit quicker. Now, I am aware that normally we would do our essay with Haruhime and get our 100% strength buff, but I feel like that's a wasted turn. I feel like we can end this a lot faster just by doing this. Look, she's almost dead. Man, this is like it's a riot. This is so easy. Now, obviously, once again, my units are max limit broken. Is this a turn 4 kill? Oh, just like literally RNG away. RNG away from a turn 4 kill. So like I said, it's stupid easy. It's hilarious how simple this is. Now, once again, I do know that my team is obviously... I want to go see if we can auto run. Now, the problem with auto running is... Yeah, it's fine. We'll drop a potato snack on this one. Auto running obviously is not preferential because they never buff themselves. You know, there is nothing there really to induce extra damage, but I'm just curious if we can take this out with an auto run. I'm fearful not, but we'll see. But neither here nor there. Like, this team, you can see, just laughed at the event. Absolutely laughed at the event. Now, we'll be the first to admit that there were a couple of runs there where Ryu did hit us with extra damage, but even when she took out lead, which was the one time she actually was able to take someone out, she took out lead, Katori came in and cleaned up house, so it really wasn't ever a threat. Why is she essaying? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Who's she going to kill? Because she's going to kill somebody. This is just the reality of the situation. So I think this is probably, hilariously, one of the easier heroic trials we've received in a very, very long time, which is funny because I had huge hopes for Ryu, and in our testing, Ryu's actually turned out to be kind of wimpy. My early predictions of Ryu being a phenomenal unit and a long-standing Wrecker Buster unit actually turned out to be a little underwhelming, honestly. But what's really fun, we did test last night on stream a lot with Raul, and Raul turned out to be a substantial character. So, yeah, look at that. They're just they're auto running this like it's nothing. That's hilarious. This team is just hilarious. So I do think Raul is definitely going to have a place in Wargame going forward. We built some killer teams that actually were top 50 potential with some of the new units. I'm going to be producing a video about that here coming out shortly because I really feel like I underrated a lot of units on here and rated some units incorrectly. So I'm going to do a correction video on that probably tomorrow morning and, talk a little bit more about that. But for now, I'd say just go do the 7th zone so you guys can get your bonds. I still do think the assist bonds are going to be a better value overall, especially considering most of you guys probably going to wind up having to spend a few star bonds and stuff like that. These banners don't seem to be terribly forgiving, and we've been hitting banners like absolute crazy lately, so there's a distinct possibility that maybe we'll have a few bonds left over. That said, it's 1,500 gnome tickets to get an assist prism bond versus 1,000 of them to get an adventurer. I'm sorry, star bond. To get an adventurer star bond. I said prism bond the first time. But in that situation, it is completely worthwhile to focus on and acquire first the assists from the heroic trial. So that would be my definite recommendation on this. All right, let's go out here and take a look because they're just going to wipe him out now. He's dead. Even without buffs, he's dead. That's hilarious. This team is gross. This team is, I mean, it's rare that I sit here with a team of only 4 units and go, pfft, but that was dumb. Just hilarious. So the bond here for Alethea is probably going to be a better value on this. Let's go over here and see what she does. So, like, Raul actually is really good. I'm actually underwhelmed by Ryu. I'm probably not going to go after her anymore. But the 45% sleep is going to be killer in Wargame. So I do heavily recommend that on this banner if you want to build an ailment team. Now, that is very specific. That is ailment very, very predominant. But I'll cover the video tomorrow when I talk about ailment and Wargame and all that stuff. Because I think it's going to be, I think it's really, really, really interesting. Really, my predictions for the banner are almost flip-flopped. Like, I really underrated a lot of these other characters and overrated Ryu, who actually turned out to be kind of a wet noodle. So, that being said, if you guys wanted to know what I was talking about with the star bonds for whatever reason, if you've missed it before, if you go here into the shop, you go to the special exchange, you go to the gnome ticket exchange, you can acquire gnome tickets through any one of the tails. Basically, just by grinding the tails out, you're going to acquire gnome tickets. 1,000 of them will get you a star bond. 1,500 of them will get you an assist star bond. And of course, this can only be used on adventures. This can only be used on assists. But this is basically how you can get bonds of units that are time limited, like our current units, without actually having to farm out the events. So if you only get, 4 or 5 bonds of somebody, and you need more, go get more. You just go do it. And the way you do that, very simply put, since I've covered it a lot, but I'm going to go over it because every video is somebody's first video. Go in here to the exchange. Go down here. Gnome tickets. Just buy up all of these gnome tickets. Don't let any of these pass you by. You will regret it. The other thing to consider, as you're farming this event, I'm going to go ahead and show off how little I've been farming this event. If we go down here, as you earn the black gifts, the big gifts in that event, 640, I get another 20 gnome tickets. This goes all the way up to 5,500. Now, that is a big grind, but we've got some time on this. This event is around till the 23rd of December. You have basically the better part of a month to farm that up. Every single day, just go in here, do a couple of stamina runs, and farm it out. I did all of mine on the previous banners in one day. Now, it was a lot of potato snacks, but I did it all in one day. You guys can do it too. So farm it up, get your gnome tickets. If you're lacking any of these units at the end of the event, you can always go back in there, sell your gnome tickets, and get some star bonds. But for now, that is going to be the video. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments section down below. Even my phone's giving up. Like, comment, share. I'll catch you guys on the next one.